What's up, YouTube? We got an updated Evilswarm deck profile for you. Made a few changes to add some consistency. Previous build was pretty good, but I believe this build's even better. Did well at locals, so it worked out. And I ended up winning a tournament over there. On Saturday? So it was pretty cool. So yeah, it was just a single elimination, but nice that I went undefeated and ended up winning that. So yeah, obviously we run the 2 rescue rabbits still and the 3 vanilla still. Pretty good, pretty standard. Still not running the saber sources because it's not needed. We still got our triple Thunderbird, one of the best cards in the whole deck actually, because you really can beat down with it, and it's hard for people to get over it if you're just beating them down and dodging everything they throw at it. So continuing, we got triple caster, really good card. So yeah, continuing, we have our double Mandragora. Still like it at 2, don't like it at 3. So it depends. Maybe when E-Dragons come out, it'd be better at 3 because they swarm, and then you do wanna summon fast to try to counter their field, basically, to get some monsters out. I tech in 1 Azathoth. It's a great card actually. Some people might underestimate it, but I went with him because it's not only is it like a good defender, level 4, its effect is an out to Ophion in itself, and it answers problem monsters basically. So it's actually pretty good. So very nice defense, very nice effect in my opinion. Good for the mirror. We do got quite a few Evilswarm players at my local, so nice to have something for the mirror. We run double Veiler still. Sometimes I want to bump it up to 3, but then again, I do not want to draw too many Veilers. But it's a great card actually. Still great in this deck. Triple Pandemic staple. Can't get enough of that card actually. So a lot of times I do run out of it, believe it or not. Triple dress. I decided to take out the lance for a dress because while being unaffected by spells and traps is amazing, and while it's the -800 is good for getting over beaters, I decided dress is needed for Fire Fist matchup and just matches where you really need to protect your Ophion from monster effects popping it, so it's actually needed to have triple dress in my opinion. So I ended up bumping that to 3. We got our double space. MST is a great card, but like I've said previously, never gonna blind MST, so 2 is fine in the main. Never had an issue running only 2 in the main. We run our 1 Rhoda still. I pretty much don't even side this out. The faster I get to a monster to XYZ, the better. We still have obviously the big 3 staples. We got our heavy, our dark hole, and our heavy. And our reborn, heavy, dark hole, reborn. Excuse me for that. Still pretty early in the morning. We got our double torrential. Still love this card. It's actually a good out to certain cards. Especially when you combo it with Pandemic, it's pretty broken. Double bottomless, pretty good. Staple. Double prison. It's great. It's a great card. It's good because when they summon the Dijin Maestroke to get over, it's a good out to that because a lot of people who make rank 4s, they'll go for that, and it's an issue. Like because basically a bottomless wouldn't stop it, whereas the deep prison would stop it. So very good. I still really like Mirror Force at 2. It hasn't been an issue. Sometimes if I need the side out space, I side one of them out, but it's still great in the main. Continuing, I main deck a Huge Revolution is over because I wanted extra space for more monsters. So I took out the Stardust, and I was like, a lot of the time you don't even get to summon the Stardust because you Starlight Road while Ophion's on board with the material. So this card is actually a great card because it's a counter trap, and because it doesn't have to be 2 of your cards, it's just 2 cards period. So it's actually really good. We got 1 XYZ Reborn, still great in the main. Like I said before, sometimes you must side it out, but it's a very good card. It's just like you get your monster back. Usually, it's to get one of your monsters, like let's say I made an Ouroboros. You get him back. That's actually a pretty good play. You know, it's a lot better than Call of the Haunted, obviously, since you get a material, and because it's not continuous. Continuing with the traps, we got a Solemn Judgment and a Solemn Warning. The Solemn Duo, very good. So we do run a fair amount of back row, which is good for this deck, and that's why I run this, to protect back row. And you can protect your Ophion from a Scrap Dragon pop or something, or protect your field from a Black Rose play. We'll go into extra. We got 1 Ouroboros, very good. I actually summoned this on an Executor player when I had Ophion on board with materials. So I ended up summoning this. He had a Phoenix Chain on the Ophion. I used effect to bounce the Phoenix Chain. Used effect to get my Pandemic, so it was a very good play. It won me the game. Continuing with the extra. Triple Ophion. In my opinion, you want to always have one. I've gone into 3 of these before, so it's worth the space. We cut it down to one Bahamut. With more play testing, we'll see how much I need. For now, it's rare I go into him, but it's a great card, obviously. I've taken a Gores with him before, so it's very nice. I still run the Thanatos just in case. Like, if I summon him on an Executor player, per se, and I have decent back row protection, like a Pandemic, a Deep Prison, they can't really pop it, obviously, so I could beat them down with this, and I could use Pandemic to save him. Also, if they try to run it over, I could use my Deep Prison, so it works out. Still a very great card, very versatile. It's actually pretty good in the mirror. If you were to make, let's say you go for Ophion first, and later on you're able to make another XYZ. You sit on this, they can't really XYZ, so then you just beat them down, basically. So use this as a control card, very good. You don't go into him a lot, but it's good to have it there. Emerald, it's good to make your rabbit live. It's good for that rabbit play. You know, if you have another Evilswarm, and then you go into rabbit, that leaves you with 3 Evilswarm monsters. You know, you could overlay the Heliotrope, detach, special summon it with his effect, and then overlay for an Ophion. That gives you 2 monsters on board, very good. For the price of 3 monsters, very good. 1 Diamond Dire, I have made him before. He's good when you need a pop. Also, like, per se, your opponent doesn't have back row, but they have 2 monsters, like say a high attack monster and a beater, but that you can get over. You'll summon him, attack, pop the other monster. You get rid of 2 monsters for the price of 1 Exceed. Not bad. Gaga Cowboy, don't need to explain that. Too good. Maestro, too good. Dweller, you might need them. Very good effect. For now, until I get Black Ship, I'd probably cut this for Black Ship. Black Ship's too good, in my opinion. I still like to run the Pearl. Pearl is very good. And the 1 Shockmaster, very rare I go into this, but you never know when you need to lock down your opponent. So that's gonna do it for this video. Side deck is similar. Cut the Noblemans. I'm siding a Soul Taker. Thinking about siding more cards for the mirror, like more Azathoths or perhaps Fossil Dyna. So side deck still in the works, but the main is fine. The newly added Emerald is very good. Works out, like, you make it actually quite a bit, and he makes your rabbits live, so very, very good. Later on we'll see how my deck will change with the new support in Lord of Technon. So just stay posted. We're gonna upload more videos. Thanks, and see you later.